Hey everybody, it's Jeff from VW Bricks, here to do another one of my Brownstone series. This is the fourth in the series of six, um, and this one was right above my head right here. It's also a corner building like the last one, but this one is more of a squared off building. It's more of a classic brownstone style, I would say. It's a brick building, dark red, with the gray lintels and black windows and a roof. This one also doesn't have glass in it. As I finished the last video, I put glass in the windows of the last house, and I actually ran out of the 3x4 glass panes, so I have to order, I think, about 90 of them in order to finish off these buildings. Anyway, let's jump into the pictures. I don't have an actual I don't have an inspiration one for this. This was just kind of, again, I guess, an off the top of my head one. The next brownstone does have an inspiration shot though. So, but we're just going to jump right here into the build camera. No, not the build camera. The pictures. Actually, before I do that, let me just change to a different picture here. Yeah, that's a good place to start, I think. And I'm just looking at the picture. Anyway, I'm just looking at the design. Yeah, it is still that way. Okay, sorry. I just was trying to figure out what this picture was. All right, let's jump into the pictures. So this one is a picture taken June 27th. So we're almost out of the month of June. And this brownstone is quite a interesting build, I would say. I'm just realizing again how it was built. So like I was saying, dark red, brick, gray lintels above and below the windows, and the black windows as well. Now, I say this is an interesting build because if you look closely, you're going to notice over here that these windows are actually resting on, they're not really attached to the building. They're actually on a bracket. And those brackets are not locked into the plate below because it is offset by half a stud inward. And the reason why that's done is because the brackets that come in, and now we'll look on this side, the brackets that are attached to that window give the studs to rest these plates on. Sorry, give the studs to put jumper plates on to half stud offset the tiles that are underneath, because these are 5 wide tiles on 2 jumper plates, and those are then attached to a bracket, which is a half stud inset on the window. And then on the top, it's a similar design. It looks like I'm using these Technic bricks with holes to lock in the brackets to those, I believe. I'd have to verify that, but I think that's what's happening. So it's actually a complicated build, even though it looks fairly simple. Like when we look at the actual building, ignore the roof here. This is the roof from building 2, I believe. I was just kind of putting it on top, again, realizing that all these buildings needed to be the same height. Yeah, this roof is from this building here. But it looks like a simple enough building with this lintel on it, but it's not easy to do with it's not easy to do with a half studded offset window that's inward, and then this comes out a plate on top. It's actually a fairly difficult design, so it was quite a challenge to build. I'm rediscovering how much of a challenge this one was to build now, as I'm, you know, a few years later, well, 4 years later. Anyway, we'll go look at the next picture here. So here the building is pretty much done. Yeah, it's done. I've put some trees in, there's some figs, I've got a staircase, which we'll look at again, like the way I did the railing on this one. And we'll probably give you a close-up. See if I can give you a close-up of these lintels and stuff so you can see how they were built. There's a couple more pictures here, just different angles. So again, corner building, more of a classic design, I would say. Loving these dark red bricks, so I used as much as I could, as many of them as I could. And you'll see like above the lintel, there's a bit of a design here too. It's not all brick, and that's just because of the structure for between these windows for the lintels. So, and here it is, the building, this building, right up against the original one that I had built. Now with proper height roofs and things like that. I got a cough, sorry. Okay, my throat's pretty dry. All right, why don't we go to live cam and we'll see what's going on. Ignore those noises. It's just emails coming in for my work stuff that's going on right now. So here is our corner building. I'm going to pull these trees off for now, at least that one, just so we can get a better angle of it. Again, usual 3-level basement and first level are attached, second level separate, and the roof is attached or is separate as well. Show you the roof detail. We're just using some of these curved slopes with the 2 studs on it to give a little bit of detail, some cheese slopes in between, and then the arch. So let's see if we can give you a side view a bit, kind of see how it looks. So black's really hard to photograph, but it's like that all the way around. So a little just like nice detail to kind of give it some final finishing parts. As you can see, when I take this off, there's a structure that's visible up top here. And I'm just so it's just the red brick with the lintels. Now, if I pull this lintel off, basically you just see a plate there. That is the bracket. It's a black bracket, 1x2 bracket. It's a 1x2 on the inside. So that's just attached with the jumper plates, and then these are set on here as well. I really would love to have a 5 long tile because with this being the way it is, these tend to turn a bit, and it's not really much I can do unless we get a 5 long tile to keep that strong or to keep that secured. So from the top, just dissect the top here for a minute. I think I can pull one of these right off if I'm right. Looks like I should be able to. Yeah. All right. So here we have our window. This one's, like I said, a little different. Here we have the window, and on the inside, underneath this window, we have headlight bricks on this style, which comes to a plate. That plate is also attached to a brick with studs. So that's how I did the top of these ones. And that's why these holes are here, because the jumper, the headlight brick, actually extends a little, that stud actually extends a little bit forward, a little bit higher than the actual surface of the plate, or of the edge of the brick. So these holes are there just to allow that to have a bit of freedom. Just going to set this aside for a minute, and we'll see if I can show you the bottom design. So I'll pop this off of the bottom here. So from the bottom point of view, it's actually kind of an interesting design as well. So we have another bracket here that actually leads to a second bracket that goes to the top of the window, as you can see. So that's the bracket that the window sits on, and then there's a jumper plate and then the tile to give that half stud offset. And this basically allowed me to do an indented window with a lintel that was flush with the building, which is actually, I mean, at the time I knew it was a daunting task, but to get that effect to look nice here, I don't know. At the time I was probably quite proud of that. Actually, I remember being quite proud of that, but until I revisited it today, I wasn't sure why. So we get a bit of an offset there, like I said. It's not much, but it's just enough to indent it. I'm trying to catch it on the light. There you can see it. There's also a naked guy in here who's screaming as you look in the window. Where is his face? It's not in a great position. Looking the stud back, and I just realized that that window, there he is, because he's walking through his house naked. And I just bumped the camera, sorry about that. Just reassembling this. So yeah, that was that's the intricate design in this one. I'm also noticing that there's a bit of a space in here. I've had to use one of these weird plates with the hole in it in order to give me a bit of a gap in order to allow for the lintel here. The lintel design here had to be a little taller. So, and that also locks the first floor and the second floor together. So there's not much really to show here other than we'll have a quick look at the skunk falling off. It's Halloween apparently in this one. So for this staircase, I use the glasses, the wine cups, just give a different rail lean, and they have a stud. They have. Let me pull one of these off if I can. Hold on. It's Lego. It can be rebuilt. So I'm basically using the chalice, the wine glass, and it's got a stud on the top. So these pieces allow for an ante for the large part of the stud to fit in. So that was just to fill up a bit of the space. Let's put these back on. And then the handrail is just clipped into the clip on the top. And it's not really probably not a Regal build, but I'll bring it a little closer again so you can see it. So it's just clipped, just held into a clip here, which is enough to keep it secure, and then it just rests in this clip down here. And the other thing I liked about this one was I used the, sorry, I'm getting to, for the top of the poles here, I used one of the radar dish pieces, no, not the radar dish pieces, the lever handles. This one's twisted. Just give it a bit of a curved look and feel. Sorry, feeling a little confined here in this space, but anyway. That's about it. I also did end up ordering a long time ago the 1x1 bricks with studs on both sides so that I could fix these fire hydrants, which I've been using the headlight brick style for a long time. But when that piece came out, I did order a bunch of them, and I just haven't had a chance to flip them out. I'll probably do that when I set the city up in the next month or so after the castle has started, because I want to bring my city to Brick Fair, Alabama in January, assuming we're allowed to cross the borders. So that's about it. I might put a pumpkin or something out here as well, just because I have the chicken suit guy there, and I have the skunk guy from, excuse me, I have the skunk here as well, and that's from the Chima series, but for some reason I thought it'd be funny to put them on there. But with the chicken and the skunk, maybe I'll do a little trick-or-treat sign. There's the scene here. Also just because we've got the fall colors in these trees. So that wraps it up for this series, or for this, not for this series, but for this video. 2 more to go. Hopefully I'll have a chance to do them shortly. So we'll talk to you later.